Starting this week, actually on Monday, you were supposed to be signed up for something through the health insurance exchange if you did not already have insurance, or you'd be facing a penalty come January 1st. Well, you're not going to face a penalty anymore come January 1st. They've delayed that penalty phase actually till March 31st. Technically, you have to get insurance. But if you did not have insurance purchased by Monday, well, then you may not be covered come January 1 of this year. Now, this is changing by the minute what's happening here with the State Health Insurance Exchange. The reality is MNsure has turned out to have a lot more problems that have developed in the last couple weeks than we really anticipated. Still, the state-run exchange hasn't had as many problems as the Federal Health Insurance Exchange, but it's still having a lot of the same problems. But the biggest problem, the thing that's most concerning to me about this whole health insurance exchange, is the numbers. It's a numbers game. The insurance industry always is a numbers game. And let's look at the numbers at the end of November. Now, some of these numbers I anticipate have gone up. They could have doubled or tripled at this point, but even if they have, I'm still going to be concerned, and I'll tell you why here in just a moment. But as of the last day of November, November 30th, the amount of Minnesotans that had signed up for an account on Minnesota's Health Insurance Exchange was 50,799 people. The amount of people that had filled out the application process all the way, 32,209. And the number of people that actually selected a plan to purchase, 24,586 people. Those numbers are staggeringly low for a program that's supposed to have 500,000 people enrolled into it by January 1st. Obviously, that 500,000 figure I doubt will be reached. Although, if you look at what happened in the state of Massachusetts when they opened their health insurance exchange, a large percentage, 90-something% of people, especially young people, signed up in the final week. So who knows? Maybe they'll get there by the 31st of March before they'd face some kind of a penalty. Maybe they've rushed in here in the last few weeks. It'll be another week or so before we'll know those numbers. But all that's not the most concerning to me, in fact. Awfully low numbers, yes, that's bad. But the thing that's most concerning to me is the median age of those that have signed up for a policy through MNsure. The median age is 50. That's a problem. The median age needs to be younger. The health insurance exchange only works if you have young people that fill into it, that sign into it, that are paying and not using the services. The problem is young people's policies were doubling and tripling in price, while older seniors that are having trouble getting insurance saw a reduction. So they, of course, are jumping at the opportunity to save money and be in this. Young people are not. And if that trend does not turn around in the numbers soon, it's going to show a system that could be bankrupt. So what happens then? Well, I fear you and I are going to be what happens when and then. What do I mean by that? Taxpayers is what's going to happen. There's a little known provision, I'm told, in this healthcare law that basically there's a threshold. I don't know if it's 70%, 80%, 90%. I wasn't quite sure, trying to flip through the 2,800 pages of this law to find the exact wording here of what it is. But basically there's wording in there that the U.S. taxpayer and somehow are going to compensate the insurance companies up to a certain point if there's not enough people going into these health insurance exchanges. Which means, what are we cutting money from then? We're going to actually have some sort of socialized medicine if that's the case? It's difficult to say how this is going to go, but you know what's bad? When April Todd Malmlove, the executive director of MNsure, resigned shortly before, a week before the deadline hit. Why did she do that? I think she saw the writing on the wall. The fact of the matter is, this is a big thing and it's very difficult to solve. And I don't know if it's going to be ready come January 1st. But hold on, we've got no choice but to take this coaster ride.